Yun, sir. Welcome to my show and thank you
Yes.
for papaunlak sa akin dito sa munti kong podcast. Well, the whole intention of this podcast is for this. Kung wala akong podcast, hindi kita makakausap ng... I don't have the right to ask a lot of questions. Parang weird di ba? Pero since it's a podcast din,
No.
para akong
Yeah.
merong ticket to ask questions.
Okay.
So, let's begin with your journey. How did it start? When did you learn that you want to be a pilot?
Okay. I started my journey when I was still a kid, like 5 years old. Uh, nung during that time, yung tatay ko kasi nagtatrabaho sa cargo. So one time dinala niya ako sa trabaho niya.
Mhm.
And during those times kasi hindi pa mahigpit yung mga sa kumbaga dun sa work nila. So we can access going to the hangar near to the aircraft.
Bring your kids to work.
Oo,
Hindi,
bring your
parang
kids to
gano'n.
work. So sabi nung tatay ko, when we got there, tinanong niya ako kung gusto ko daw bang makakita ng eroplano. So being a kid, nakakita naman tayo ng eroplano lumilipad di
Nasa
ba?
taas na.
Oo,
Ang
so
liit.
parang ang ina-expect ko, as a 5-year-old kid, lalabas kami dun sa labas, papakita niya ako ng eroplano. But I didn't have any idea that the aircraft would be parked at the back of the hangar.
And
So
it's
dinala niya ako doon,
so big.
tapos lumabas kami doon, I was thinking I'll be seeing an aircraft flying.
Mhm.
Pero nung nandun na kami sa labas, sabi niya, nakita mo yung aeroplano? So my first instinct was to look up. And then, hindi ko na malaya, nasa harapan ko na pala. Back then, hindi ko alam na that was a 747. So hindi ko alam yun. So
Oh.
ngayon alam ko na. And then that was my first ever encounter. Nakita ko ng
Of all the
aeroplano.
planes, 747 pa ang magiging first plane na
Yes.
makikita mo in
And then
close-up.
from that point, sabi ko, gusto kong sumakay. Sabi ko sa tatay ko, gusto kong sumakay dyan and ako magpapalipad ng aeroplano yan. It's all started from there.
Nice.
Yes. And
And tayo hindi naman, I'm not sure with you, pero ako hindi naman ako, I did not come from money. And for people from the Philippines, a lot of people aspiring to be a pilot are not coming from money. So, paano yun nung nagkakaedad ka na, nagkakaisip ka na, then you realize the cost.
okay. Just to give you context and background, I did not come from a well-off family as well. As you said, sobrang simple lang ng buhay namin. What I have back then is a big dream. Hindi kami mayaman, hindi masyado maraming pera namin noon.
Mas
Simpleng-simple lang
sobra, di
talaga yung buhay
masyadong,
namin.
yeah,
I mean, saktong nabubuhay kami.
komportable.
Komportable. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin mahirap. It depends kung paano mo dinidefine yung mahirap Pero ganito na lang, sobrang simple lang ng buhay namin. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, gusto ko maging piloto, whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it. So fast forward, elementary, high school, yun pa rin yung gusto ko. Every time they ask me, di ba, pag tinatanong ka nila, what do you want to be when you
Grow
grow
up.
up? Gusto ko talaga piloto.
Mhm.
Until fourth year high school, I have to decide where to go. Ang sabi ng parents ko, hindi natin kaya yung flying. Kasi sobrang mahal talaga nung flying. So I decided to take another course which is engineering. And then yun yung second best ko. So sinantabi ko muna yung pangarap ko maging piloto. And then fast forward, fifth year as an engineer, I was about to graduate. Sabi ko, parang may kulang. Parang hindi ako masaya. And I still wanted to do and pursue my dream to become a pilot. And that was the time na nag-research ako. I was about to graduate. That was the last semester already. Nandun ako kasi sa may ako sa Manila, ako sa may Intramuros. So I was
Mapuwa ka ba?
Mapua, yes,
Mapuwa.
Mapua. ACE.
Mm.
And nandun ako sa computer shop. If you know those computer shop na nagbabayad ka ng 20 pesos para makaroon ka ng internet.
Yeah,
So
syempre,
nandun ako,
syempre.
nagsa-search ako. And then I stumbled upon this information ng study now, pay later. And then I kept that. Tapos sabi ko sa tatay ko pag-uwi ko, sabi ko, Daddy, gusto ko pa rin maging piloto. And then I sent, I
Excuse. Sorry.
binigay ko sa kanya information, pinrent out ko yun doon. And then sabi ko, tatry ko tong cadetship program.
And
Yun.
this is with whom?
Uh, Actually, sila lang naman nag-o-offer ng cadetship program last a few years back. It was Palaf.
Pala. And then they revive it just recently, di ba?
Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
Kasi tinigil na nila yung program and then binalik nila recently. But I think they have a different program right now when it comes to finances and funding,
Mm,
unlike ours back then.
interesting.
Mm-mm.
Part of dreaming to be a pilot or to like any endeavor na, kunwari, doktor,
Mm.
lawyer, even um, aside from monetary or financial hurdles,
Mm.
syempre aptitude din, di ba?
Yeah.
Aptitude din. So, does it mean na since the beginning when you were young, you know you have the aptitude? That
Aptitude.
you're smart, you have the smarts, or
Ah,
parte yun ng whatever it takes?
Pag tinanong mo ako, hindi ko masabing matalino ako eh. Siguro masipag ako tsaka matyaga.
Mhm.
Alam mo yun eh, parang minsan sa mga classmates mo, alam mo kung sino yung mga nag-excel. May mga barkada ko ngayon, he's a surgeon. Alam mo yung mga matatalino talaga. Alam mo yung by nature, parang bakit ang bilis nilang
Mag-pick up.
maka-pick up, tapos lagi sila nag-excel sa class, lagi silang top 10.
Mhm.
Ako, matyaga lang ako. Siguro dahil sa hirap ng buhay, I have to adapt. Kasi sabi ko parang kung gusto ko maging successful, kailangan kong galingan. Yun yung way ko kung paano mag-compensate dun sa sitwasyon namin back then. So I think dahil dun sa tiyaga ko tsaka dun sa sipag ko, dun ko nakuha yung habit ng pag-aaral, and then eventually kahit hindi ako by nature matalino, na-acquire ko yun. Parang ginusto ko kasing maging gumaling dun sa mga subjects and
Mhm.
tapusin lahat ng maayos yung school ko. Siguro yun yung naging path ko. Not because I'm very bright,
Mm.
masipag tsaka madiskarte siguro. Yun.
And plus, you're willing to do whatever it takes.
Yes, that's right.
Di ba? Kasi as Nietzsche said, if you have the why for anything, you can endure anyhow eh.
Yeah, that's right.
So, cadet program and then fly, I assume, was it immediate?
The program for us was supposed to be, ang nangyari kasi dyan sa cadet program is, hinar kami knowing that after graduation, we'll be going straight to the airline.
Mhm.
However, during our time, when we were about to finish, actually, sinabihan kami bago kami graduate, bilisan nyo na kasi we need you in the line. So wala silang sinabi, when we entered the program, the cadet program, wala silang sinabing assurance that we're gonna be hired.
Mhm.
But then, of course, malaki yung chance na makapasok ka kasi hiner ka for their cadetship program. So when we were about to graduate, sinabihan na kami bilisan namin kasi kailangan na ng manpower. But then, right after graduation, yun yung pinakamasakit na balita ng buhay ko. Sinabihan kami that there's a global recession, walang movement sa airline, freeze hiring, so hindi kami nakapasok agad.
Was this 2008?
That was 2008.
Oh, okay.
So a year before that, a few months before that, kailangan na nila, and then suddenly, biglang tumigil ang mundo.
Yeah, it's all because of the housing market crash sa
Yes,
US.
that's right. Tapos lahat yung economy ng buong mundo affected.
Mhm. And then, what did you do?
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, una hindi ko alam gagawin. Para ako binaksak na lahat ng mabibigat na bagay ng buong mundo
Kasi
sa akin.
nakaplano na yung buhay mo eh. Alam mo na eh, hiring ka na nga eh, di ba? Meron pang reassurance na, oy, bilisan nyo na kasi
Oo.
kailangan na namin kayo. Then, eto na, pag-graduate na, sabay crash oh.
Oo.
Sabay,
And
wala.
ang masakit pa doon, kasi yung program namin, yung specific program ko is Study Now, Pay Later.
Mhm.
So during the training, wala muna kaming babayaran. But then, after 2 years, regardless of our situation,
Whether
or
you're employed
our
or not.
status, yes, whether makapasok ka sa airline or not, you have to pay for the loan. And
Okay.
yun yung masakit kasi wala akong pambayad.
Mhm.
Hindi ko alam kung saan ko kukuhanin yung pambayad.
Pero
Kaya,
what are the repercussion kung di ka makabayad eh? Kasi nga, hindi ako nagtatrabaho eh. Kadit ako eh. Wala akong pambayad. Anong magagawa
it
nila?
was
Can they sue
assigned,
you? What will
yeah,
they sue you
I
for?
think so. Hindi ko na inalam, pero It was an agreement. It was a signed contract with a bank, with a partner bank.
So,
So nasa bangko.
ano mga
And then,
breach of contract, ganun.
oo. And also, may parang guarantor sa akin. So ang habulin nila yung guarantor ko. Definitely not my parents kasi wala nga kaming pera nun during that time. Pero ang nag-guarantee sa akin during that time was my ninong na nasa US. So, alam ko, he's gonna get in trouble if I don't do anything. Yun yung consequence nun.
So what did you do after learning na, teka lang, 2008, housing market, global recession, no hiring, what did you do?
So, what I did was, initially, sabi ko nga, hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. Naghanap ako ng odd jobs, kung ano-anong trabaho.
Pero
syempre,
engineer
tinry
ka
ko
na nun?
muna.
Engineer ka na ba nun?
Engineer ako, but I didn't practice. Right after the graduation, the board exam, dumiretso na ako sa cadetship program. Oo. So, ang ginawa ko muna, nag-try ako. Syempre, I want to be in the aviation during that time. But then again, we were cadets. Hindi kami galing sa general aviation. So, ang oras namin noon, 200 plus lang, CPLIR. I don't know where to go. Kasi hindi kami magiging instructor. Hindi kami pwede maging instructor. And expectations nila, if you're coming from that cadetship program, diretso ka sa airline. And then, pag pumunta ka sa Gen Ab, what are you doing here? Di ba dapat nasa airline ka na? So, lunok ng pride and ego, lumapit ako sa mga schools. Nag-apply ako sa mga schools, sa flight schools.
As?
Kung ano man trabaho, ground instructor, flight instructor, which I don't know how to do that. And syempre, hindi kailangan mo ng another course to do the ground instructor and the flight instructor course, which I don't have money for that during that time. So, ang hirap, it was months of waiting. So, habang naghihintay ako noon, rumaraket-raket kasi nagbabanda ako, tumutugtog ako. So, tumutugtog kami sa Mall of Asia back then. Tapos, rumakit ako doon sa kaibigan ko na as assistant chef.
So, lahat, whatever it takes talaga no? Kung anong meron. Kasi it's survival Survival
And I was, during that time, hindi ko pa nga iniisip yung loan na babayaran ko. Iniisip ko lang during that time is how to survive. Kasi hiyang-hiya na ako sa parents ko. And then, to add pain to the situation, nag-start na yung pagbayad ng loan. Kailangan ko pang mangutang ng initially 50,000 para lang makapagbayad dun sa, alam mo yun, utang for an utang. Loan for loan. So, during that time, yung mga odd jobs, sige, tira lang ako noon and tinabaho ko yun. Until, luckily, may isang school na nagbigay sa akin ng break. Sabi niya, sige, gusto mo bang magturo dito? I have to go to the north sa Binalonan, and then, yun, doon ako na-hire initially as ground instructor. Then, nakita nila yung potential. Of course, binigyan nila ako ng break para makapag-gain ng oras as flight instructor.
So, were you able to get your flight instructor rating, CFI?
Yes. Sa kanila ko nakuha. Kasi, parang, sige, sabi ko, what I can offer you is, syempre, yung skills and talents namin from the training that we had from the cadetship program. And let me handle your simulator and also the ground class. Ayusin natin yung syllabus and curriculum.
That's interesting no? Kasi you're teaching new aspiring aviators while you already have the license. Kaso nga walang hiring What's the conversation like sa mga bagong estudyante? Like, wala ba nagtanong sa'yo na, like, sir, should I still pursue aviation? Kung ikaw nga na you have the license, you have the hours. Wala ka sa airline.
Actually, that's a very common question during that time. Na bakit? Kasi parang tinatanong nila ako saan ako graduate. And then, bakit ka nandito? So, I just have to be honest with them. This situation is, kumbaga hindi naman namin insahan to. And at the same time, during that time kasi, we were talking to the mentors yung mga nasa line na, yung mga nasa airline na. And then they were telling me, this is not the first time that it happened. It's just a phase. It's a cycle. I don't know if a lot of people knows about this. Pero especially yung mga piloto, it's a cycle. Nakita ko na siya eh. Parang being here in the industry for a long time, through the stories of my seniors, yung mga upper class ko, and then kami, ako mismo, it's a cycle. It's just like the economy. So parang nagre-reset siya. It's a cycle. Minsan matataon ka sa peak, minsan matataon ka sa pinaka-dip.
Yeah.
So during that time, pag sinasagot ko yung mga estudyante ko, syempre, galing rin dun sa mga mentors ko na this is just a phase. And as long as I keep on flying and I keep myself in the aviation industry, yun yung bubuhay sa akin, kaya ako naandun. Yun. And syempre, magkakaroon sila ng doubts kasi most of my students were foreigners eh. Galing sa Malaysia, galing sa Asia. So sabi ko sa kanila, this is just a phase. Probably, after 2 to 3 years, pagkatapos yun ng flying, okay na. And magkakaiba naman ang situation sa bawat bansa natin, sa country natin. So we don't know.
Yeah, and aviation is highly susceptible to the economy kasi when the economy is good, maraming pera yung mga tao, they travel. Kung the economy is bad, magtitipid, wala magta-travel.
Yes, that's right. Also, not only that, the mail, the cargo, the
Yeah,
business.
diba? And how long did you instruct for?
I stayed there for, I think, 3 years, 2.5 years. Yeah. Medyo
Matagal din. Matagal din.
Matagal din. And hindi agad yun kasi I have to get the license eh. So hindi agad yun bigla.
Turo.
Kaya umabot ng 3
Estudyante
taon.
muna ulit.
Oo, estudyante.
Rating
Kumbaga
muna.
parang estudyante and then nagtuturo at the same time. Kailangan kong kapahangin yung and I have to endure that kasi that's the closest thing to flying there in the air.
You never considered like changing careers? Maybe I should change career na. During that time,
Hindi eh.
it never crossed your mind?
No. Hindi ko naisip yun. During the time na hindi pa ako nakakapasok doon sa school, naisip kong bumalik as engineer. But the thing is, saan ako pupunta? I never had an experience working as an engineer.
Mhm.
May mga offers ako right before the cadetship, but that was 2 years ago. And then sabi ko, I have to start all over again and I have to study and review everything about engineering. Kumbaga, nawala na ako sa industry for 2 years eh. So I have to start from scratch again. So I think the wisest move is to just keep myself in the aviation industry. And luckily, and I'm thankful na nabigyan ako ng break ng school.
Nice. That's the epitome of grit eh, no? Kung may magandang example for grit, yung kwento mo yung magandang example for grit is to, keeping the enthusiasm for a long period of time eh.
Masakit siya, but that's how it is.
How do you psych up yourself when things are not going your way? Yung mga ganun, yung mga tipong nakaka-bad trip na eh, pero kailangan eh, you have to stick. How do you psych up yourself?
During that time, alam mo, lagi ko na lang naisip is kasi ever since, actually, I just realized this when I was in the airline already. Yung lalim pala nung dream ko, yung lalim nung pangarap ko maging piloto, it's deep-rooted dahil dun sa purpose ko. Yung purpose ko back then, hindi ko na-realize na yun pala yun is, the dream was to become a pilot, but my purpose was to give my parents a very good life. Not good life, a very good life is a comfortable life. So
almost to the extent na parang change the trajectory of your family, parang ganun, to better.
Yes, kasi ang hirap maging mahirap eh.
Mahirap.
Masakit maging mahirap. And alam mo yun, parang you can't help it. When growing up, pinasok ako ng parents ko sa maayos na school, sa private school. Kasi gusto nila ng maayos na future for me. And of course, galing sa simpleng pamilya, lumalaki ako, yung mga classmates ko mga may kaya sa buhay. And masakit para sa akin yun.
Lalo na kung mapuwa ka.
Oo.
Mahal sa mapuwa eh.
Yeah, so yun yung purpose ko back then. And to answer your question, what's keeping me sane and driving me to push forward is yung parents ko. Sabi ko, I don't want to fail my parents. And sinugal ko na lahat dito eh. Sabi ko, there's no turning back. Wala nang ibang choice kundi maghanap ng opportunities and move forward. So
Yes.
sila yung lagi ko naisip during that time. And I have siblings who are still studying.
Mm.
So parang sila yung naging driving factor ko to continue.
Yeah.
Yung pinakamalaki kong motivation during that time.
Ganun
And-
yata talaga eh, no?
Yeah. And on top of that, I just kept reminding myself, nandito ka na eh. Pinangarap mo to nung bata ka eh. It's just a phase. You just have to wait a little bit longer, but you're already here. Piloto ka na.
Patience.
So I just kept reminding myself during that time na naabot mo na yung dream mo. Hindi lang dun sa gusto mong mangyari, which is
Mm.
becoming an airline pilot, but having reached that point na naging piloto ka na, it's already big. It's a big achievement already.
Yeah, you should consider yourself as a success already.
So yun, yung dalawang factor na yun lagi ko naisip during that time.
So after 3 years of instructing,
Mhm.
and then, was it a call, email? Ano ba
Okay.
yung
Ito yung
natanggap mo?
kinalimutan ko ng part during that time. Since it has been years, we kept on waiting and waiting and waiting. Kasi sabi nila, syempre nakikibalita kami ng movement. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, wala pa rin. So, finally, sabi ko, parang nag-iilusyon na lang ako.
Mm.
So, yun yung time na kinalimutan ko na yung airline. And sabi ko, I want to take a different path.
What will be that different path though?
Different path in a way na hindi ako papasok sa airline agad. Sa flying pa rin, sa aviation pa rin, pero I have to look for another opportunity. So, what I did was, the first opportunity that ito yung sinasabi ko parang minsan talaga pag naiipit ka na, makakaisip ka ng paraan. So, kinalimutan ko na makakapasok ako dun sa airline na yun. Kahit kadete ako ng program. So, naghanap na ako ng ibang path. Sabi ko nga, during that time, meron na akong flight time. Meron na akong oras as a flight instructor, may command time na ako. And luckily, siguro, out of, I don't know if it's luck or because of how I delivered that as an instructor, may isang estudyante ako na nagsabi sa akin, "Hey, Captain, why don't you try applying to my country?"
Oh,
As a first officer dun sa airline doon.
okay.
Sabi ko, maybe I can help you somehow, and then let's see how it's gonna go. Tapos, yun, to cut the story short, I went there, I gave my CV, my resume, and then tried my luck. And then, eto yung twist ng storya. I was already there. I
Okay.
submitted my resume. I was about to talk to that airline. And nagre-relax kami nung student ko dun sa country na yun.
Okay.
Tumawag yung airline sa akin kung saan ako nag-cadetship program.
Okay.
Prepare yourself. You'll be training next week.
Wow.
Grabe yung twist. Diba?
Oo. Habang overseas ka, nasa ibang bansa ka nun.
Yes, naka-roaming ako noon. And then,
Buti na lang, naka-roaming ka, naka-contact ka.
and then sabi ko, minsan talaga kapag binigyan ka ng sitwasyon, papaisipin ka talaga kung ano gagawin mo.
Yeah, ganun nga eh. No? Minsan, ilalagay ka sa sitwasyon na kailangan mo pa mamili.
And yun yung twist. Kasi, dun sa position na yun, I have to convert my license.
Mm.
But the company, as long as I pass the screening, the interview, the tests, and all the screening, they are willing to convert my license to that country.
Mhm.
So okay na ako. I was just waiting for the screening. Kasi naipasa ko na yung mga credentials ko. And then suddenly, parang kumbaga parang kinalimutan ko na nga to eh. Kinalimutan na kita eh. And then binigyan ka na ng bagong opportunity. Tapos biglang sasabihin, pwede ba magbalikan tayo?
Sasabihin ko pa lang sana, parang ex mo eh, di ba? Parang ex mo na biglang gusto na kitang kalimutan eh.
Actually,
Alam mo yun?
kinalimutan ko na nga.
Kinalimutan na kita eh. Tapos ngayon, eto na, may bago na ako.
Oo.
Tapos
nakahanap na ako ng bago.
Nakakatatawag.
Oo.
Start na
Sabi
ako
niya,
next
parang
week.
baka pwedeng tayo ulit. Yeah.
Yun, parang ganun eh. Parang ganun eh. So,
and then,
how did you feel when you received that call?
actually, nakakatawa kasi nasa theme park kami, namamasyal kami nung estudyante ko. Nandun ako sa isang tabi ng theme park and then, as in tulala ako. Sabi ko, anong gagawin ko? pumunta na nga ako dito eh, kaya nalimutan ko na nga yun eh.
Mm.
Yung path na yun. And then suddenly, I have to think hard and deep about the situation.
Oh, so it was not an easy decision.
It was not an easy decision.
Oo, kala ko.
But it was a good problem. So,
Oh, it's a good problem to have,
oo.
for sure.
So sabi ko, mamimili na lang ako. Kasi itong path na to, trabaho na. Training na to eh. Ito, I have to gamble pa. Because I'm not yet done with the screening. I haven't.
Yeah, plus you have to convert your license pa.
Yes, I have to convert my license.
Tapos you're overseas, wala yung pamilya mo.
I'm
wala
overseas, that's correct. So, sabi ko, dito na ako sa at least mas
Sa
malaki
X.
sense.
Kay X.
Since training na to. So,
Oo.
pumunta ako dun sa,
Balik tayo kay X.
balik tayo.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yun yung kwento. Yun yung twist. Yung pinaka-interesting na twist nung storya during that time.
Ang ganda eh, di ba? Kasi hardships in life, in retrospect, it makes your story more interesting eh.
Actually.
Di ba?
Kagaya nga na sinasabi ko when I talk to aspiring pilots or even to my brothers, minsan, kapag naandun ka sa situation na yan, instead of getting frustrated or getting sad about the situation, ask yourself, what is the situation teaching me? And what is this for? Definitely, there's a reason behind it. It's just that you won't realize it when it's happening.
Yes.
So, nung natutunan ko yun after going through this, a lot of pains and challenges in my life, is one thing I learned. Kapag ka sinusubo ka, halimbawa, may masakit or challenging situation that is happening to your life, I'll pause for a while. And then I will just tell myself, this is leading me into something big. But I
Yes.
just don't know what and where and when.
You
Pero
just can't see it yet.
Yes. And then you'll realize, a few months, a few years, yun yung, ang tawag ko dyan is, kaya pala. Kaya pala moment. This is why. This is why I went through this. This is why I experienced this back then. It was preparing me for something bigger.
Yeah.
So, it has always been like that. So right now, I always take it as, what is this teaching me? And where is this leading me?
Mhm.
And na-proof ko na yan kasi I've been through a lot of worse situations already. And right now, when I talk to my wife, actually, sabi ko, ang kinakatakutan ko na lang, two things. It's getting sick and death, immediate death. Pero like, for example, pabaksakin mo lahat, I'll start from scratch, I can do it. Because I've been through it.
Kasi nga, nalaman mo na eh, nasubukan ka na eh. You know your limits were tested and you know your capacity to endure.
That's right.
Di ba?
Mm-mm.
Narinig ko yan kay Oprah eh. Sabi ni Oprah, whenever there's a bad thing happening in your life, you need to ask, what is it here to teach me? Yun naman yung version ni Oprah nun.
Mm-mm.
What is it here to teach me? Sa akin naman, whenever I want something, tapos I plan something, tapos hindi siya nangyayari, I talk. Parang kinakausap ko si universe eh. Having faith that, there's better plans for you.
There's
And
always a better plan for you.
yeah, kaya hindi nangyayari ang gusto mo kasi you're selling yourself short. What the universe or what the divine, the higher power wants for you is better than what you're aspiring.
That's correct.
Kaya,
I believe that too. And I'm sure you also experience a lot of things and a lot of challenges in your life. And naiisip mo yung kaya pala moment is after matagal, hindi mo agad maiisip yun until naandun ka na.
Yeah.
And this is the things that I want to share to aspiring pilots. Kasi, halimbawa, minsan, sobrang sakit na ng sitwasyon mo. Minsan, you only have two options. It's either you get frustrated about the situation and get stuck, or keep moving forward to look for that opportunity.
Yeah.
So, it's really mental toughness, your emotional toughness, that will bring you there. Pero kung talagang magpapa-apekto ka and hindi mo iaangat yung sarili mo, you'll get stuck.
Diba? Life should be lived looking forward, but it only makes sense in retrospect. When you look back, doon lang magkakaroon, that makes sense.
But then if you as you learn a lot of things, as you experience life. Just like what I told you, pag binibigyan ako ng sitwasyon ngayon, iba na yung tingin ko sa kanya. Hindi na ako na-frustrate. I was, no, don't get me wrong. I still feel something. I get sad, I get frustrated, but I know how to handle that situation already because I know that that situation is leading me into something.
That there's a purpose.
Oo, kumbaga, hindi na ako magdudwell and masa-stuck na situation na yun kasi I've seen it already. Na, this is just a phase. This is just teaching me something, and it's leading me into something better always.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So now you start next week. So did you actually start the following week nga? When they called?
I have submitted all my credentials again, and then nag-start na kami na mag-medical, and then nag-orientation agad kami. Yes, we started the training already.
What were you rated? Anong aeroplano ang nirate
I
nila
was assigned
sa'yo?
to the Airbus 330 initially.
330 agad?
Yes, I was a second officer. The initial position was a second officer.
How long did you stay as a second officer? Medyo notorious yung second officer sa mga naririnig ko. Yung iba, ang tagal na sa second officer.
You know what? It really depends. The average
Timing din.
The average for you to stay in that position is about like 3 to 4 years. But then again, since nangyari during that time is after the recession, nagkaroon ng vacuum sa lahat ng airlines. Nagkaroon ng malaking movement. So, yung supposedly na 3 years namin, naging 1.5 years.
Na-shorten yung time frame.
Na-shorten yung time frame. Kasi kailangan na namin umakyat as a first officer. So, kailangan rin ng movement. Yeah, nag-create siya ng vacuum. Which, in a way, naging maganda for our career. Yeah.
Di ba kasi nga, you guys were at the chopping edge nung nangyari yung recession, pero it benefited you guys kasi nung hiner kayo, saglit lang, upgrade ka na, first officer ka na kaagad.
Yes. That's
diba?
right. So, yun naman. Yun, isa yun sa mga, kaya pala.
And how long did you stay there for? For people who don't know, because you moved to a different airlines, diba? How long did you stay there for?
As a first officer, I stayed there for like 3 years. Yeah,
tapos may opening for captainship kagad?
During that time, medyo malayo pa yung seniority namin to become captains because of the promotion to second officer to first officer was fast, but then we have a lot of seniors who are lined up for getting the command. So malayo pa talaga yung time namin for us to be captains. And then yun. Doon yung time na I stayed there for 3 years.
In the company. You stay in the company.
Also, 3 years as a
wala kayong band. Wala kayong band na you need to stay
Of course
here.
there is. Yes, of course there is.
Ilang taon?
Usually it's 5.
5. Pero ang unfair naman nun kasi you guys paid for your cadetship basically. Dapat wala nang band eh.
Well, it is what it is. It's a signed contract.
Gotcha.
So the different airlines will have different policies.
But they let you go.
Well,
3 years?
of course, I have to do I have to take a different path, and I just have to talk to the company about it, and then pumunta na ako dun sa next move ko.
Negotiate.
Negotiate.
Gotcha. Are you then? What's next with your aviation career after that?
After that, I decided to go abroad, and
natuloy na ang pag-abroad. Iniwan mo na yung ex mo.
Natuloy na yung pag-abroad.
Iniwan mo na yung ex mo.
You know what? I just have to tell you a short story about it. The reason why I left. Okay naman ako doon sa airline, during that time, sa current airline ko. It's just that nagkaroon ng pagsubok na naman ang buhay ko. And I have to make a big move again. Nagkasakit kasi yung tatay ko during that time. And though maayos naman yung kinikita ko doon sa airline, I have to look for bigger opportunities because I have to support the medicals of my dad. And ang background pa nito, kasi before magkasakit yung dad ko, a year before that, pumasok. I was already supporting my brothers dun sa flying career nila.
Yeah.
So, nakapag-commit na ako dun sa brothers ko, dalawang brothers ko na nagka-flying. So, yun yung point na sabi ko, parang naipit ako in a way, na nandito na ako, nakapag-commit na ako dun sa dalawang brothers ko and nagkasakit yung tatay ko. So, I have to earn more. And that's the reason why I decided to leave.
You never consider na, kunyari, like, talk to your brothers na, tol, teka muna, I will focus on kay Airpat muna, parang ganun. Hindi, it was not part of the, like, options, ganun.
Yeah, it was part of it, but I know I can do something else about it. Like what I told you, I always move forward rather than stopping my life and the things that are happening to me. Kumbaga, lagi kang makakaisip ng option. It's just like, bigay lang ako ng example. Like, instead na, this is a very simple example, which I also learned from my friends, na, yes, saving up money is okay, but looking for opportunities will always be better.
Oh, yes.
Like for example, tinitipid mo yung sarili mo. Yes, wala naman masama pagtitipid. Okay yun. But I think it's better if you look for opportunities to gain more money for you to be comfortable.
Para hindi mo na kailangan magtipid.
That's correct.
Yeah, kasi yun yung misconception ng mga tao na parang ang sinasabi ko is frugality will not make you rich. If you're making like dito, kunyari, if you're making 30,000 a year, kahit wala kang gastusin dyan, after 1 year, 30,000 pa rin yan.
Yes, that's right. And the sad part about this is, wala naman kasi nagturo sa atin yun.
Yeah.
Ang laging, which is hindi rin kasalanan ng mga parents natin.
Wala rin nagturo sa kanila.
Oo, kasi ang laging sinasabi sa atin is, you have to save up, you have to, kailangan para pag nag-ipit ka, meron kang ipon. Yun. But they didn't teach us na we can also look for other opportunities for us to have a more comfortable life.
Yeah.
So I did not, yes, it was an option, pero I just opt to move forward and look for other opportunities. Para mas attractive sa akin yung looking for other opportunities rather than stopping something. Parang ganun.
And is it part of your consideration na you don't want to disappoint your brothers?
Well, I'm sure that they're not.
They would understand.
They would definitely understand because that's our dad. But then probably it's more about me, of how I do things and how I move. Na ayokong pumayag. Kasi, so one thing about me, kapag sinusuntok ako ng buhay, ayokong magpatalo. Lalo ako lumalaban. Habang sinasaktan ako ng buhay, hindi ko matanggap. So, the more that I fight, yun yung baon ko lagi.
Nice.
Na hindi ako magpapatalo. Kasi alam ko may paraan, alam ko there's a better way to handle this situation. Laging ganun.
That's something na kung matututunan ng lahat ng tao, then the world would be a different place. The world would be a better place. How would you explain that? Paano ka naging ganyan? Is it upbringing? Is it nurturing? Is it how? If we want to replicate, like there's a kid that we want to raise to have the resilience as you do, how can we do it?
Siguro, one of the things that brought me to where I am right now and how I do things right now is because of my background. Yun nga, galing kami sa hirap. And dahil dun sa hirap ng buhay, gusto mo maging successful, gusto mo maging comfortable. And then, siguro unconsciously, nadadala ko yung grit and yung mindset na yun. Kaya kapag nagkakaroon ng may mahirap na sitwasyon dun sa buhay ko, I just keep on fighting. And I just keep on looking for opportunities. I'm not saying that you cannot change that. Of course, anyone can change their mindsets. Diba? Yung mindset nila. It's just a matter of how you deal with things right now. Like for example, hindi mo kailangan maging mahirap para magkaroon ng ganitong
drive.
Ng drive. It's really a matter of, I would say, self-awareness. You have to be aware first of what you are, who you are, and what you do. And then tanungin mo yung sarili mo, ano bang ginagawa ko kapag nagkakaroon ako ng ng challenge sa buhay, yung ganitong sitwasyon. Kasi if you don't have a high self-awareness, yun yung trap eh. Kapag hindi mo kilala yung sarili mo, hindi ka makakapag-adapt doon sa sitwasyon. So you have to know yourself first very well. Yung self-awareness mo kailangang mataas. And that's the time that you can change your attitude and mindset. Because a lot of people will tell you, oh, change your mindset, change your attitude. But the thing is, even if you tell that to people, if they don't know themselves, they don't know,
What to
wala silang
change?
self-awareness. Hindi sila, yun yung mahirap eh. Parang a lot of people are listening to motivational speakers, motivational videos. But then again, they never stop and look to themselves. Hindi muna nila tingnan yung sarili nila.
Like have
Kailangan
an
muna
honest
nilang kilalanin
conversation.
yung sarili nila before they can apply those teachings, those motivational learnings that people are sharing to them.
Mhm.
Unless you know yourself and hanggat hindi mo na-reach yung self-awareness na yun, it's going to be challenging.
What I noticed sa storya mo is that you have a goal and you committed yourself to that goal and you basically, did whatever it takes to, manifest that goal to reality.
Mm.
Di ba?
Yeah.
How do you protect yourself in terms of distraction and environment? Let's say tropa. Hindi naman lahat ng tropang makakasalamuha mo will have the same drive. You will have the same thinking. How do you manage that?
Okay. Okay, sige. This is how I do things. Probably because of my upbringing. My parents will always tell me that kung sino man yung sinasamahan mo, yun yung magiging ka in the future.
You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with.
Right. So that yun yung version nila na you're the average of the 5 people you always talk to. So I'm a bit picky kung sino yung sinasamahan ko. Kasi true enough, yung wisdom na tinuro sa akin ng parents ko, totoo. Yun yung definition natin, you're the average of 5 people you talk to or you always with. Nadala ko yun. And then alam ko that if the group that I'm in or yung sinasamahan kong tao will not bring me to the goal or to what I want, dun ako mag-stop and then maghahanap ako ng panibagong kausap or kaibigan. Or like for example, hindi natin maiwasan, may mga friends tayo, may mga relatives tayo na, alam mo, yung medyo negative or tends to pull you down because of their energy and vibe.
Toxic.
Oh, yeah, toxic. Yeah, toxic. So, hindi mo naman pwedeng tanggalin sila sa buhay mo. Diba? Kasi kaibigan mo yan, naging kaibigan mo yan, relatives mo yan, family mo yan. So, what I do is, I just spend less time with them.
Minimize
and spend
interaction.
time more with the people you know that will bring you to your goal or to whatever dreams that you have. Yeah.
That will
So
help
that's how
you
I manage.
increase. That will help you increase your odds of
Yes. And it's
getting
true kasi
what you want.
the more time you spend with these people, the like-minded people, nag-open yung mga opportunities eh. So anyway, I want to tell this to your listeners. Alam mo, very very powerful yun eh. Na ang laking factor na environment, ang laking factor ng mga taong kinakausap mo. So, if you're in a situation right now that you're stuck, and then you just kept yourself in that environment, in that situation, you'll get stuck. Kasi bakit? Yung mindset, the attitude of that people and the mindset of those people will stay stuck. And paikot-ikot lang kayo, nagpapalit lang kayo ng energy and vibe. So, in order for you to grow and see those opportunities na pwede mong pasukin, you have to bring yourself to a different environment and talk to people na naando na sa gusto mong mapuntahan. So, I think that's one of the things na kailangan matutunan ng mga aspiring pilots right now, na hindi ka magiging successful kung magsa-stay ka dyan, being frustrated and being with the people na nagpapasahan lang kayo, nga pare, walang hiring, or nga pare, wala eh, malas talaga eh. If you keep on talking to those people, paikot-ikot lang yung ideas nyo.
Yeah.
It won't open you to a bigger opportunity. It won't open you to resources. It won't open you to people that will help you.
Yeah. Kasi yung resources nila, pare-pareho lang kayo ng resources eh.
Yes, that's right.
'Di ba?
So you have to change your environment. You have to change the people that you talk to.
And then you move to a different country.
Yes.
What's next?
So ayun, I moved to a different country. I stayed there for almost 3 years. To be honest, hindi ako nakaipon during that time. Parang naandun ako to work for my family.
I mean, you're financing or you're helping two of your brothers in
Yes.
their pilot career tapos may sakit pa si Airpat. Talagang
So yun talaga yung main objective ko noon. Pag tinanong nila ako, oh, ang sarap naman, mas mataas na yung sweldo mo sa akin dyan. Ngingiti lang ako, hindi ko masabi. Sa
Yeah.
totoo lang, wala akong ipon dito.
mataas din yung
Diretso to.
expense.
Parang dumadaan lang sa akin. Daan lang sa akin yung pera. Though it's higher, it's bigger than my previous paycheck. But then wala akong savings during that time. I really have to be honest, wala akong savings kasi I have to support my family.
How old were you during this time?
Huh. Nataon na ba ako nun? Sorry, hindi ako nagbibilang eh. Wait lang. I was 30, early 30s
Early 30s.
to mid 30s, yeah.
Okay.
Early
Mga-
30s to mid 30s, yeah. 32, 33.
Mm.
Mm.
The reason why I asked that, kasi, I mean, the decision making na magpaaral ng dalawang kapatid, pagamot si Airpat, how difficult will it be kung if you already a family man during that time, mas mahirap yun.
Oh yes, definitely. It's gonna be a different story for
Good
sure.
thing in a way na you're still a bachelor
Mm.
back then.
Yeah. But that was my choice.
Mm.
It was my choice. And kasi sabi ko, since yun nga, I was really driven. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, kapag naging piloto ko, I really want to become successful. And I want the nice things in life. But then, nung naandun na ako, instead of buying the nicest things in life, sinubok ako ng buhay.
Mhm.
Yun yung nakakatawa, di ba? Parang, brother, slow down ka muna. Hindi ka para bumili ng sports car. Ngayon, pumunta ka muna dito. Though, alam mo yun, yung mga kasamahan ko, parang, oh, anong bike mo, anong big bike mo ngayon, anong sports car mo ngayon? Parang they're living the life. I had a different path.
I mean,
And
your
did I
path,
regret that? No.
kasi yung path mo, your path is more meaningful eh.
Eh,
It has more
yeah,
purpose eh.
yeah.
It has more purpose eh.
Mm.
Than
But don't get me wrong, I love to have a sports car.
Totoo naman. Tingin ko lahat naman tayo gusto ng sports car. You mentioned success. You want to be successful. How would you define success? What's your definition of success?
Okay. You know what? Before, alam mo, ang definition of success nagbabago yun eh. It really depends on the things that are happening to you. Kasi pag bata ka, iba yung definition mo ng success. Kapag pagka-graduate mo, iba yung definition mo ng success. Kapag naandun ka na sa success, iba rin yung maging definition mo ng success. But finally, right now, ang definition ko ng success is if you're living a life with purpose. That's success for me. Regardless of my financial status or my kung ano man yung position na meron ako right now, I always say this, the ultimate failure is when success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
I agree.
Baliwala lahat ng na-achieve mo sa buhay kung hindi ka fulfilled sa buhay mo ngayon. Money is nothing. The position is nothing. If you have, imagine this, pwedeng nasa iyo na lahat ng pera sa buong mundo. Lahat ng magagandang bagay sa buong mundo. Pero kung sira naman yung relationships mo with your wife, with your family, with your kids, for me, I'm just speaking for myself.
It's not worth it.
Parang masakit rin pakiramdaman. Wala kang peace. And I would always choose peace than something else.
Material wealth.
Don't get me wrong. Even up to now, nangangarap ako ng magagandang bagay for my family, for my kid, for my parents. I want to travel. I want to buy the nicest things in life, like a nice car, a nice house. Alam mo yun? That's what keeps yourself driven eh. You need that.
Yeah.
Para tuloy-tuloy yung buhay mo. Pero pag tinanong mo ako kung masaya ba ako, I would say yes.
Mhm.
Regardless, kahit hindi ko pa nakukuha yung mga dreams na yun, masaya ako.
Yeah.
Parang you have to separate the dream from your purpose and being fulfilled.
Your
Lagi mo-
your material aspirations versus what's really important in life.
Yeah.
Diba?
So
As long,
that's what I learned.
as long as you're not taking it, you're not taking those things for granted, the things that are important, just to get your, material possession. I think you're in a good track. Kasi it's important that we have goals. Eh. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Wala, baliw.
Diba? Diba?
Siguro, yun nga, I would rather focus on the purpose and peace
Mhm.
above everything else. And that's my definition of success.
Okay. May nasulat ako ditong ano, going back to aviation topic. How do you handle uh, cockpit conflicts?
Okay. Okay, sige.
As a first
Um,
officer and as a captain, siguro iba kasi mas may power ka pag captain eh, di ba?
hmm. Um, I've been the, sige. Marami na akong airlines na nasalinan eh. So, one thing I learned is, iba yung dynamics. Every country has a different dynamics. Every nationality that you fly with has a different dynamics. And every culture has a different dynamics. So, how I handle conflicts? Simple. Adapt. You have to adapt to the culture. You have to adapt to the person. And you have to adapt to the dynamics of the team.
Mhm.
When I was a first officer. Kasi being a first officer, hindi ikaw yung final say. Diba?
Mhm.
So the only thing that you can do is adapt. There will be captains that are stiff or strict. Hindi mo makausap, or minsan naman medyo relax. Depende. Iba-iba yung kapitan eh. And iba-iba yung team, iba-iba yung culture. So I adapt. Now that now that I'm a captain already, ang ginawa ko is lahat ng hindi ko gusto that I experienced when I was a first officer, tinanggal ko yon. And then I was able to form my own style and my own rhythm, my own tempo. And the thing that I always emphasize on during flight is the CRM. I'm sure you're familiar with that, the crew resource
Cruise
management,
yeah.
and teamwork. Because I really believe if you have a very good dynamics from the time that you entered the room with the briefing with your first officer and the crew, doon na nagsisimula yung safety. If you're not comfortable talking and communicating with your colleagues during an emergency, paano yun? Yun yung lagi kong question. If you're not comfortable talking to these people, or like for example, you can smell fear na hindi makapagsalita sa yung first officer mo or yung cabin crew mo. That is, of course, leading to not communicating with you, which is very important, especially during emergencies. Then again, this is my own style. Different captains has their own style. So this works for me. And so far, based on my experience, years as captain, mas masarap magtrabaho kapag alam mo na hindi ako iiwan nito kapag nagkaroon ng emergency.
There's an open communication, tapos
Yes.
you talk to each other.
Yeah, they will always say safety first. Safety should be the first thing that you always say. Pero ano ba talaga yung definition of safety? Kasi even if you emphasize on safety, if you cannot bring that environment of safety, which is communicating very well with your co-pilot, your first officer, or the cabin crew, so yung definition mo ng safety parang mababaliwala na. So it really starts with the social dynamics, I would say. How you will make them comfortable with you, since you are the pilot in command, you're leading the team. And dito na papasok, I would say, yung leadership na how do you carry yourself as the leader of the team? how do you talk to your people, and how do you make them be one with you during the flight?
Mm.
In a normal situation, and what more during an emergency? Because I had several emergencies, and kailangan talaga to, sobrang importante nun, that you can communicate well with your first officer and your crew. And
Well-
then, magre-reciprocate yan sa'yo. They won't hesitate to tell you, Captain, here's the problem. Captain, I saw something. Captain, I hear something. See, by making them comfortable, yun yung binibigay mo sa kanilang opportunity to talk to you. So that's how I do things.
Nice.
Mm.
Is it allowed to share na what's the most memorable emergency that you encountered? Was it like, I don't know, tama ba yung tanong na yun? Was it siguro hindi preventable, no? Kasi nga, usually mechanical naman eh.
Sige, I'll just cite one. During liftoff, I know and I can feel there's something wrong with the engine, and then the indications were there. So anyway, all the pilots are trained, especially in the airlines, to handle this kind of situations. Every 6 months, we subject ourselves to this kind of emergency. So we know what to do, technically. But when you're already there, handling the situation, of course, nagdidepende yan. Maraming factors yan, maraming variations yan. So during liftoff, may problem. And then because of the training and because of the mindset, the environment that I created in, comfortable sa akin yung kaibigan ko yung first officer, comfortable sa akin. So walang hesitation, sinabi niya sa akin, nag-uusap kami ng maayos. Mas mahirap yun kapag may barrier. So we handled the situation really well because we have a very good dynamics. And also, when I was briefing the crew that we have to go back, ganun din. Kasi I was able to establish that environment na magsabi lang kayo, if you're seeing anything that you feel that's out of the routine or may mga unusual din sa likod, just let me know.
Mhm.
And that helped me during that time dun sa situation na yun. So very important yun. And how was I able to handle it? I'm the one deciding because I'm the one in command. Pero what led me to the decision is because of my team, because of my first officer and because of the crew. Without them, I won't be able to lead. I won't be able to come up with that decision. Yes, as a pilot in command, ikaw ang magdedesisyon. Pero I'm humble enough to ask these people their inputs kasi very valuable din sa akin. So that's how I use CRM and how I define safety. You have to start with communicating first with the people and lead them.
Agree, 100%. Well said, sir. Eto, if you were to start now, how would you do it?
You mean
Kunyari, flying. Kunyari, late siguro itong tanong ko. Pero, like, let's say, you just graduated from your engineering course, kakapasa mo lang ng board. How would you do it with the current situation where aviation is right now and where Philippines is right now? How would you do it?
Okay. With the things that I learned while staying in the industry, so siguro ang una kong gagawin is if I'm about to start now flying.
Yeah.
For example, walang cadetship program.
Wala.
Wala. Ang gagawin ko muna is I'm going to gather information and talk to people who's been through it already. Yun yung pinaka-valuable na gagawin ko muna before I entered into something.
Natatawa ako kasi what you're saying is that's how people should do it, diba? If you want to be a pilot, talk to pilots. Wag dyan sa tsahe mo. Hindi naman piloto yung tsahe mo eh. Ba't tinatanong mo yung tsahe mo tsuhin mo, hindi naman piloto yan. Tanongin mo yung piloto. Nanguhula lang yung mga yan eh.
So if you really want to have valuable information about where you want to get into, you have to talk to people who's been through it.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. I'm going to gather facts. I'm going to talk to people who's been there and who made it already. Kasi like mentors, alam na nila, itong mga to, pinagdaanan na nila itong mga to eh. E naranasan na nila itong mga to eh. So I'm going to talk to these people. Tell me the what's the real deal?
Yeah.
Real talk. Usap tayo. Ano ba talagang meron dyan? Before I entered into it. Kasi, you know, the problem is, a segue lang. I think that one of the challenges is masyadong nadadala. Don't get me wrong, nangarap rin ako when I was a kid. And I have a big dream. Yung picture na nasa malaking eroplano ako napapalipad. I was there. But then, things change. Maraming nagpabago eh. You know? And a lot of people are getting trapped into that idea na, hindi, lalaban ko to. Gusto kong maging piloto. Sabi sa akin nung napanood ko sa video, whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it. Yes, I understand that. I get that. But you have to be grounded with reality as well. And how do you ground yourself with reality? You ask people, what's really happening? What's out there? It's like going to the jungle and you don't know where to go. You don't have a GPS. You don't have a map. You'll get killed. Kakainin ka ng buhay doon. Diba? So you have to know first how to navigate. And how do you do that? Ask people who's been through it.
Yeah.
Gather facts rather than hyping yourself with the things that you see and nagpapadala ka sa na talaga ito lang yung dream ko nung bata ko. Yes, I get that. Nandun ako. But ground yourself with reality and ask first these people who's been through it. And the first thing that I'm gonna do. Second, after gathering the facts and all the informations that I need from these people who's been through it, I'm going to, and because of my learnings, I'm going to make sure that if I'm going to fund my flying, self-fund my flying, I will prepare. I'm sure alam naman to na lahat na hindi lahat nakakapag-airline agad o hindi lahat nakakapagtrabaho agad right after getting the course. It's not only happening in the Philippines but like everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the hard truth. So what I will do is I'm going to prepare myself while I'm pursuing the dream. I'm prepared for the years na possible na hindi ako ma-hire ng airline or hindi ako magkaroon ng trabaho sa aviation. And my life won't stop there anyway. Because how will I prepare myself for that? I will have to look at my finances. Kaya ko ba? Okay, kaya. Kasi meron akong 4 million, 5 million to fund myself for the flying. And then, emergency funds. Alamin ko muna yung sarili ko. Nasaan ba ako? Single ba ako? May asawa ba ako? May anak ba ako? May sinusuportahan ba akong pamilya? Alamin mo yung situation mo financially. And then, will I be able to live for the next 3 years after graduating kapag hindi ako nakapasok sa airline? Ano yung opportunities ko? Ano yung pwede kong pagkakitaan right after flying na hindi connected sa aviation? Kasi kung wala, I have to rethink. Kasi mahirap mag-expect na 5 million sinugan mo and then wala ka palang pupuntahan, titigil yung buhay mo. Don't do the same mistake as I did. Akala ko kasi okay na, dire-diretso. So yun yung paghahandaan ko.
Okay. So what will you do differently kung nung let's say 2008, balik tayo 2008.
2008.
Graduate kayo ng cadet program and then 2008, boys, freeze hiring muna. Is there something that you will do differently? What will you do differently? Kasi you started, what you did was naghanap ka ng flight school that will accept you as an instructor, di ba? Would you still do the same?
You know what, during that time, lahat naman sinubukan ko eh. It's just that sobrang naipit ako nung sitwasyon kasi I was not prepared for that. Kumbaga parang, it's more of nag-adapt na lang ako during that time. Kasi kumbaga parang bigla na lang sinabog sa akin noong time na yun. Hindi ko talaga inasahan. And the mistake was, and the learning is, you have to be prepared for that. So, ang hirap, I cannot tell this na dapat ganito yung ginawa ko kasi naging victim din ako ng sitwasyon eh. Yes, and wala akong magawa. And the only thing that I can share to you right now is, since naipit ka na, you have to adapt. Hindi ka pwedeng umiyak na lang dun. Diba? Kasi hindi ka nga prepared. So ngayon, if you will just isod pa natin ng 2 years or 3 years more before ako nag-cadet, yun siguro, ang gagawin ko nun is am I ready financially? Ready ba ako kapag hindi ako natanggap agad sa cadetship program? Anong backup plans ko? Anong pagkakakitaan ko kapag hindi ako natanggap sa cadetship, sa airline agad after cadetship program? Yun yung kaya kong baguhin. Yun yung
Mhm.
isipin ko na siguro I would have planned differently even if they give me a break to become part of the cadetship program. I have to make sure na meron akong backup plan na 2 years after.
Will it
Rather than inaasahan ko lang na diretso ko airline, which didn't happen.
na hindi ka mag-all in, like hindi ka mag-all in, you will have a plan B, side hustle, parang ganun.
Yes, oo, parang ganun. I will definitely plan my finances, and aside from flying, ano ba yung bubuhay sa akin while I'm waiting for the airline?
Do you think it will not distract you in terms of while being a cadet if you have side gig or
Um,
side hustle?
I don't think so. I mean, for me,
Doable siya.
doable siya. It is just a matter of if you want it or not.
Mhm.
Kasi kapag ayaw mo talaga, hindi mo gagawin. Pero kung gusto mo, gagawa mo ng paraan.
Pero grabe yun no? If that's what you do. So, cadet ka na, tapos you still have a side hustle, and you're in the peak of in your 20s,
Mm.
yung mga kasama mo, dyan yung mga
Nagpa-party.
panahon, paparty ng chichik sila yan. Yan yung panahon ng panchichiks Di ba? Paano yun? Di ba? Do you not feel like
Well,
FOMO? Wala
it's
bang FOMO doon? Wala.
I
Do you
would
feel
say it's
FOMO
just
back then?
it's just a matter of ang
Priorities.
definition ko din is management.
Management.
You can do-
Time
Hindi naman
management.
titigil yung buhay mo. It's just a matter of setting your priority. Order mo lang yung top to the bottom, and then lahat yan pwede mong bigyan ng oras.
Yun, time management. Time management
Time
lang.
management. Yeah.
Yun ang sikreto, guys. Time management. You need to be good in terms of time management.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, aviation, being a pilot is an interesting career because once you're a captain, wala namang, kunyari black belt, wala namang susunod sa black belt. Second black belt, wala namang ganun eh. Like, o kaya, captain, what's next for you?
For me, right now, to some people, dun sa career natin sa aviation, after being a captain, the next step is being an instructor, and then some of them would like to be part of the management. So yun yung nakikita kong nagiging track nila na pwede mong gawin in your career. So I even have some batchmates right now who are already in the management. So yun yung next dun sa pagiging kapitan, maging instructor ka, maging part ka ng management. That's the path. But for me, it really depends on what you want. I would say, para sa akin, sa career ko, na-reach ko na yung peak ko, which is becoming a captain. And I don't know if I've shared this to you. Right now, I want to, nagkaroon ako ng bagong dream and purpose eh. So, my purpose right now is to share my experiences to the aspiring pilots. For them to be guided in their journey. So, yun na yung ginagawa ko ngayon. Parang, I love flying. I'm in the airline right now, a captain in one of the very good airlines right now. But at the same time, I want to guide these people para hindi sila mawala. Kasi I know, marami naman dyan na nag-guide din. But I know somehow, I have a bit of influence to these people and masashare na magagandang storya na napagdaanan ko na pwedeng maging baon nila habang nasa journey sila ng flying. It's not easy, and my only purpose right now why I'm doing this is grabe kasi bro, ang sakit lalo na kapag hindi ka naman galing sa mayamang pamilya tapos dadaanan mo yung dinaanan ko or yung mga mahirap maipit na isang sitwasyon na yung inaasahan mo maging airline pilot tapos hindi nangyari. So yun yung masakit. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing, I'm doing videos. I'm doing videos and I'm talking to aspiring pilots na kung papasok ka pa lang sa aviation, I'm gonna tell you my story. If nandyan ka na, I'll also tell you my story to keep on going. And now I'm in the airline. I'll also give you the lessons and the stories that I have. It's more of sharing my life experiences to pilots, aspiring pilots, for them to be guided.
Yeah. It's almost as if you're trying, parang patong word na trying. Pero you're being the person you wish you have when nung nagsisimula ka. Alam mo
Oo.
yun? Sana merong wala naman social media kasi dati. Wala naman,
Oo.
wala
Just
naman
like what you're doing
smartphone
right
eh,
now.
di
I'm
ba?
sure you're doing this podcast to share to aspiring pilots as well.
Mhm.
Kasi nag-guest ka ng mga piloto din, di ba? So sinishare mo sa kanila yung mga different experience of pilots who's been through it. And I know this is very helpful for them. Kasi every time you interview people, nakakakuha ka ng different insights and experiences. So I'm sure kung nakikinig man yung, sa lahat na nakikinig sa'yo, I'm sure natututunan nila, okay, a lot of lessons to learn and a lot of realizations that they can use while they're pursuing their dreams.
Yeah. It's setting the narrative properly. Kasi pwedeng minsan kala mo yung pinagdadaanan mo, yan na yung pinakamahirap na pinagdadaanan mo tapos magki-quit ka na kasi nahihirapan ka na. And then
Mhm.
before you know it, you listen to the stories of these pilots. Hala, mas mahirap pala yung pinagdaanan nila.
Yes,
Tapos sila
that's right.
they just, they just use their grit and endure it. That's why that's how they won, kaya naging piloto sila. Pero kasi ikaw, since ang alam mo lang na storya is yung storya mo, ang alam mo lang
Mm.
difficulties, ay yung difficulties mo, kala mo yan na yung pinakamahirap.
Mm.
Pero malalaman mo, then ngayon, pag nalaman mo yung istorya ng ibang tao na mas mahirap yung pinagdaanan sa'yo, now, your capacity to endure, lalaki.
That's
Di
right.
ba?
I
Lalaki.
agree.
And then now, it will help you now to pursue more difficult tasks and to be
Mhm.
resilient kahit
Yeah,
na nahihirapan ka.
I agree.
Di ba? Ganun yun. And
Yes.
what are you flying right now, Kap?
I'm in the Airbus 321 fleet right now.
321. Kanina, we mentioned that you help your brothers
Mm.
become a pilot. So,
Yeah.
do they have their CPLs na ngayon?
Yeah, they have their CPLs right now. Yeah.
And people
But
will think na, may kapatid kang kapitan. It must be easy for you to get into the airlines. Di ba? May backer ka na eh. If there's something we can, lahat ng ang pananaw
okay,
ng mga
sige.
Pilipino, lalo na with
Sige, let me just clarify that.
what's going
Okay.
on in the Philippines right now, backer eh. Di ba? It's the culture eh.
Well, let's just be real.
Meron ba Nepo
Maraming
Brothers? Nepo Brothers siguro.
for brothers. Let's be real. It's not always the case. Yes, pwede na nakakapasok yung may kakilala. And it's I won't deny it. It's happening, but it's not always the case. Kasi if it does, sana nasa airline yung mga
Oo.
brothers
Di
ko.
ba?
So, ganun lang yun.
Mm.
It's just like in life. Hindi naman parang kahit saan ka naman magpunta may ganyan eh. But it's just a matter for me how I see it is it really depends on how you will handle and adapt to the situation
Mhm.
rather than being stuck with the reality.
Mm.
Parang naandyan na yan eh. So we know that it's already existing. The question is, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Diba? So that's the biggest question eh.
Mhm.
Then you can just be frustrated and complain about it and get stuck, or adapt.
Adopt.
Yeah, you have to adapt and ang kontrolado mo lang naman kasi kung paano ka magre-respond dun sa mundo eh. Kung paano ka magre-respond sa sitwasyon. Kaya nga kanina, di ba sabi ko, the first thing that you have to do is you have to be aware. That yung self-awareness mo kailangan mataas. And that's the only time na marireceive mo yung mga motivational quotes, inspirational quotes, if you know yourself very well. Because even if you talk to people, even if you listen to motivational videos or podcasts like this, if you just go back to where you are, na hindi mo kilala yung sarili mo, you'll get stuck. Mahihirapan ka. So I would invite everyone to the first thing that you have to do is know yourself first very well. Nasaan ba ako? Sino ba ako? Ano ba talaga yung gusto kong mangyari? Ano ba talaga yung yung strengths and weaknesses ko? And then everything will just unfold once you know that already.
Like to have an honest conversation with themselves.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you keep on denying things about yourself, wala, parang mawawala ka lalo eh.
Do you still see yourself living in the Philippines?
Of course.
Ano, retire once you retire or while you're still working?
Um, Actually, right now, my situation is, I always go back to the Philippines once in a while.
Mhm.
Kasi nandun yung parents ko. And I just have this, I'm just lucky. I have this privilege of like getting free tickets from the airline and going back and forth for free.
Mhm.
And ayun, so kagaya na sinabi ko sa'yo, ang importante sa akin ngayon is yung purpose mo at saka kung bakit mo ginagawa yung mga bagay, yung purpose niya. And one of the things is, of course, I value relationships so much. My family, my wife, my kid, my parents. Yun yung success ng buhay ko eh. Doon ako nagsimula. Doon ako nagsimula. The reason why I'm a pilot right now is because of my purpose, my parents. Sila yung malaking motivation ko. And parang, if you look at it, parang iikot lang yun dun eh. So, doon pa rin ako babalik. So if you're asking me if I'll be back, I'm going back to the Philippines, yes, of course.
Live
Babalik at babalik.
and work?
Live and work, as of the moment, dito muna ako siguro. Because ito na yung sinabi ko na I have a different goal right now. I have a
Mhm.
different dream. So that's a separate part. That's a separate portion dun sa sinasabi kong purpose. Kasi I have needs and I have dreams right now. That's why I'm working abroad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That working abroad helps you achieve that dream faster,
Yes, that's right.
di ba?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. What is the most memorable, experience so far in aviation that tops everything?
Okay. That's easy to answer. The first time that I flew my parents as my passengers and
Ooh.
I was able to talk to them and thank them through the PA.
May video ba yun?
Yes,
Hindi
yes,
ko pa yata
actually.
napapanood yung video na yun.
There was a video.
Parang that's every pilot's dream eh, no?
For
Na
me,
masakay mo yung parents mo tapos you use the PA tapos ladies and gentlemen, seated at the C6 are my parents and I will,
and you know what? I just want to share this with you. When I started dreaming of becoming a pilot, this is giving me
goosebumps.
goosebumps. Nung nag-start akong mangarap maging piloto, isa yun sa picture sa utak ko. A very vivid picture that I'm already a captain wearing the 4 bars and doing the PA. My parents were at the back and listening to my PA, making them proud. Ito, talagang kinikilabutan ako ngayon kasi nung nangangarap ako maging piloto, nandun na siya sa isip ko and it happened. I don't know, I'm sure you believe in manifestation.
Yeah, law of attraction.
Law of attraction, law of manifestation.
Yeah.
It happened. Because my mind was there. Naandun, papunta dun yung utak ko eh. And then, walang magic eh. Parang dadating yung point that it's going to happen. Because you believe that it's going to happen.
Yeah, and it's also
you
biblical, di ba?
manifest in your life that it's going to happen. So, yun yung isa sa mga moments in my entire career na hindi ko malilimutan.
Yeah. And it's also biblical, di ba? Ask, believe, and receive. And ako nanonood kasi ako ng mga, yun ang morning routine ko eh, to watch
nice.
motivational stuff. And in terms of manifestation, you
Mhm.
did what they're saying na you should visualize it as if it's already happening.
Yes.
Na nandun ka na, you have your 4 bars and nakaupo sila sa likod
You
and
know
you're
what? That's
doing the
very
PA.
powerful. That's very nice. Kasi ganyan din yung that's how I do things too. Parang you have to have a clear picture of what you want in life first. And then every time you think about that, all the resources, all the people that you need will just come to you.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think people should take it seriously, no? That what you just said na you visualize things eh. And you know what you want. I think a lot of people, those people who consider themselves to fail, why people fail is because they don't know, they're not really sure what they want eh.
Yeah.
It's easy to be distracted kung hindi mo alam yung gusto mo. Di
I
ba?
agree.
A lot of things will consume and take your time if you don't know what you want.
That's right.
But if you know what you want, oh, this activity is not conducive with what I want, madali mo siyang avoid eh. Kasi nga, alam mo yung gagawin mo eh.
Right.
Pero kung wala ka namang talagang concrete goal, it's easy to let yourself, be distracted with
I agree.
secondary activities eh.
Uh,
Di ba?
Again, it's in my as I mentioned earlier, self-awareness. You have to be aware of yourself first. You have to know yourself first very well. Because if not, that's like what you said, you'll get distracted. If you don't know yourself, you don't know your goal, you don't know where you're going.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You have a son.
Yes.
Do you want him to be a pilot as well?
Well, that's gonna be fun, and that's nice to see in the future. Pero yun, ayun, isa pa lang ginagawa ko ngayon is I'm doing my best to learn more about parenting. Kasi we have different styles of parenting. Yung mga magulang natin, iba yung pagpapalaki sa atin, and at the same time, mga friends natin magkakaiba. So that's one thing I'm learning right now. Kasi first time parent, I don't know what to do, and then I keep on enhancing my knowledge and learnings about parenting. So pag tinanong ako, this is not the first time I got that question. That was asked to me. Sabi ko, yes, it's gonna be nice to see him to become a pilot. But if he doesn't want to become one, I won't force him. I can only inspire and motivate him to be one. But if he wants a different path, I will definitely support him. Kung ano man.
Nice. Ako kasi parang sa akin it'll be hindi naman mandatory pero at least private. Tapos bahala ka na kung gusto mong ituloy na commercial, di okay. Pero at least private. I consider flying, it can be I consider it as getting your driver's license parang ganun.
Oh, yeah.
Ganun yung interpretation ko sa
Pero ngayon nakikitaan ko, he's fond of airplanes, and parang interesado siya. Nakikitaan ko siya.
Nice. Di ba? Hindi ka na kailangang pilitin.
Pilitin.
Being a pilot is a very demanding job, especially with regards to your schedule and for family man like yourself. What's your advice to people? How do you navigate that in terms of anong strategy nyo mag-asawa in terms of, handling your schedule? Kasi hindi siya fix eh.
Okay, this is how we do things. If may bibigay akong advice sa mga, like for example, they want to be an airline pilot soon, you have to be intentional about or with your schedule. Yung schedule namin every month is fixed. So binibigay na yan every month. Like every mid of the month or the 20th of the month, lalabas na yung roster. So given na lumabas na yung roster,
then you plan.
You can plan. You can plan ahead. So that's the time that we will fill or through exchanges, or for example, may mga important occasions, we have to be intentional about our schedule. And aside from being intentional, you have to know your priorities. Kasi ang dami natin gustong gawin sa buhay natin. Ang dami natin activities sa buhay natin. Pero ngayon, with the things that I've learned, ano ba talaga yung nagmamatter sa'yo? So put it in the top, second, third, fourth, fifth. Because if you don't know your priorities, even if you're intentional, sabog eh. Parang lahat gagawin mo yun eh. Gusto kong mag-bike. Gusto kong mag-gym. I want to go out with my friends. I want to spend time with my parents. I want to spend time with my kid. So you have to know your priorities too. So be intentional and make a list of your priorities. Ano ba yung pinaka-importante to the least? Kasi sabi ko, some of the things that we do are distractions already. Diba? So, since I told you, I value relationships, ang top of my priorities, family. So, laging yun yung una kong ilalagay sa listahan. Like for example, nag-invite si ganito. May mga times na I have to cancel because I will prioritize my family first. Or, for example, I want to go to the gym, I want to work out, but my kid wants to play. Cancel si gym. Nag-a-add up ako doon. Kasi alam ko yung priorities ko eh.
Yeah.
Be intentional and know your priorities, and then it will be easier. Kasi anything na wala sa priorities mo, distraction.
Mhm.
So that's how I do.
Madaling
Oh, madaling.
i-cancel,
Mm,
'di ba? Saka your kid will not be a kid forever, eh.
That's right. That's right.
Yung gym, nandiyan lang naman yung gym,
Oo,
eh. 'Di
pwede ka naman
maaalis
pa.
yung gym, eh. 'Di maaalis yung gym, eh, 'di ba?
Oo.
The reason why I asked that because I'm trying to, naiisip ko na siya, eh, paano kaya, how will, like, for me who's aspiring to fly with the airlines,
Mm.
how will that change my life, my dynamics? Tapos lalo na kung magdadagdag pa ako
Family.
ng family.
Oo.
Hanapin ko muna yung jowa siguro na bago
Malay mo,
mag
nasa airline, di ba?
yeah, malay mo nakikinig siya ngayon.
Oo.
'Di ba?
Manifest
Good.
mo na yan, bro.
Manifest. Manifest.
Oo.
Speaking of, let's talk about love life. Kasi
Okay, sure.
when we talk last time, parang naisip ko, para siyang, you're like the older version of myself. Kasi, di ba, para you got married later
Ah,
in ilang taon? You're 37 ba? Parang ganun.
30, turning 36.
Turning 36,
Yeah.
37 na ako ngayon.
Ah,
Di ba?
don't worry, bro. You're not too late.
Di ba? So, what's the reasoning behind that? Kasi sabi mo kanina, that was intentional, eh. To
Mm.
delay, married life.
You mean the reason why I intentionally did that?
Yeah.
Uh, okay. My principle was back then was kasi probably because of the things that I'm seeing with my family, my friends na nag-asawa na maaga. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, I have big dreams. I have big goals in my life. And aside from that, syempre during those days, may mga kapilyuhan din naman ako nung days na yun. Sabi ko, I want to make the most out of my life before I get married. And I want to make sure that before I get married,
Sawa
wala
ka
na
na sa
akong,
buhay binata.
oo. And I have to be honest with that. It worked for me right now. And even my wife right now knows about this. So sawa na ako dun sa buhay ng binata na you can just do anything, anywhere, anytime. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So, true enough, nagbago yung mga priorities ko right after I get married. And I think it would have been a different story if I was not intentional about it, because I cannot do things and prioritize things at the same time. Being married is a different story. Having a kid is a different story. So, imagine, gusto mong maging bachelor and binata, tapos nandun ka na. So, ano yun? Chaos yun. Magiging magulo yung buhay mo. So,
Yeah.
that's why I intentionally I told myself, I'm gonna marry at this age. Yeah. Somewhere dun sa range na yun.
Doon sa range na yun. Sinabi ko rin yun, ba't di ko pa nakikita yung sa akin? I saw this video one time sa Instagram yata, and I think it's Ben Shapiro who said it, na sabi niya, you will meet the person you will get married. You will meet the person you will marry once you're ready to get married.
Yes,
Ganun
I
ba yung
believe
nangyari
that.
sa'yo? Kasi sa akin, parang may ganun, eh. May metamorphosis na nangyari sa akin just like 2-3 months ago, eh. Parang ganun. Parang, huh, okay. Siguro ito
I
yung
don't know
sinasabi.
I don't know if you believe in this. It's the energy and the vibe that you exude to the world.
Yeah.
That will make things happen and possible. So like for example, during that time, binata days, hindi ko hinahanap. Ayoko magka-girlfriend eh. Ayoko magkaroon ng relationship. So there you go. The world answered me. You don't want to have a girlfriend? Then there you go.
Ganun din yung nangyari sa akin, eh. Sabi ko na ba, eh.
Yeah. So now, if you're looking for a partner, who's gonna stay with you through whatever you're going through, na stable partner, and gusto mo na talagang magkaroon ng ganito, then the world will answer you back.
The universe will conspire.
Yeah. And you know what, bro? Walang magic eh. Kasi yun yung perspective. Parang ito yung sinasabi natin sa universe, and that the universe will talk back to you. It's just a matter of you focus yourself and opening yourself to that situation.
Yeah.
Kapag binuksan mo kasi yung sarili mo, okay, I want to settle down. I want to I want to find this lady who's going woman who's going to support me and be with me for the rest of my life. It's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Makikita mo yan. Kasi yung utak natin, doon nakafocus. Doon sa paghanap nun. And then, yung magic, parang bigla na lang dumadating itong mga to.
Parang pero parang may scientific explanation din yata yan eh. Parang yung sa red car, there's a
Yes.
story about the red car na once you're thinking of buying a red car, biglang lahat na lang nakikita mo red. Lahat lang red cars na napapansin mo. It's
Because
part of
your
the
focus
brain.
is to it.
Yeah. There's part of the brain that's called the reticular activating system eh.
RAS, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one responsible for that.
Yes. So
Kaya
there you
lahat
go.
nakikita mo.
Nasagot mo na rin yung sa...
Nasagot ko yung tanong ko. 'Di ba? Kasi nung panahon na hindi ka you're not looking for marriage. Na you are in places na kunyari bars or clubs. That's not necessarily the place to go when you're trying to find your wife, your future wife. Pero kung manchichicks ka lang, that's
Well, you know what? Sa panahon ngayon, andyan yung social media, ang daming applications.
Yeah.
So the dynamics and the way we date right now, iba na eh.
It's different, no?
So different compared to like years before. So I would say it's easier right now.
It's
It's easier right now.
It's easier to find people? What?
Well, I don't know. Wala na ako dun sa dating scene. Pero what I can say is because of the technology right now, because of the access that we have.
The reach.
The reach. I think it's easier, but finding the person, it's still up to you kung paano mo bubuksan yung RAS mo. You get what I mean? Parang dali naman makapag-date sana. Dami mo naman pwedeng ma-meet sana. But how to open that yung RAS mo, kung paano mo siya makikita, it's still up to you.
How did you know that she's the one?
Okay. I don't know if I mentioned this to you. Wala namang perfect relationship.
Of course.
Lahat naman tayo may flaws. Lahat tayo may strengths and weaknesses. And my principle is, the first is, if you can find that person, not perfect, but at least like 80-90% of the time, kaya mo yung mga flaws niya, she's the one. Halimbawa, may mga imperfections siya and kaya mo yung imperfections niya, she's the one. Second, madaling maging masaya sa isang relationship kapag magaan yung buhay. Kapag lahat perfect, or I would say kapag lahat is going well. But the true test is when that person stays with you at the lowest point of your life. Kasi pag nagkasubukan na kayo, parang this person, walang-wala na ako, pero she's there.
Yeah.
Madali yung nasa taas eh. Madali yun. Madaling mangarap, madaling mag-acquire ng mga things. Madaling, alam mo yun, lahat ng masasayang bagay. Travel, everything. Pero yung tao na sasamahan ka na sa pinaka-lowest point of your life, that's hard to find. Kasi napo-project na rin yung sarili niya na during the lowest point of of my life is, paano na ako? Nandito na nga siya. Pero hindi niya isipin yun. Ang isipin niya yung kayo. But let's be real. Parang may mga breakups, may mga naghiwalay because of that.
Oh yeah.
But the reason why I know that was her because she was there during the lowest point of my life. And kaya ako nasabing, siya yun.
Nice. You mentioned social media earlier na it's easier nowadays. And it's also the temptations are all over the place as well. How do you protect yourself against temptation?
Okay.
Lalo na ikaw, captain, airline captain, di ba? Yung mga sabi, di ba may mga meme na pag nasa date ka, sinabi mo lang na piloto, pucha, captain pa.
Well, you know what? It's happening naman. It's happening in the industry. I won't deny that. But of course, different people, kahit naman sa industry nangyayari yan eh. Parang, it's just a matter of, yun nga, what are your values? What are your priorities? What's your purpose in life? If you keep that intact, yung noise na yun, hindi mo na makikita eh. So if malinaw yung intentions mo, if malinaw yung purpose mo, if malinaw yung priorities mo, you will just see this as noise that you can just like ignore. Especially the priorities. Like my
Distraction.
priority right now is my family and raising my kid really well, making my wife happy. And if you dream together, isa pa yun eh, if you have a very strong foundation, like right now kasi we are very aware of ourselves individually and also in a relationship. Kapag ka nagdi-dream kayong magkasabay and then you have a vision together, aside from having the same values, kapag pareho yung vision nyo, kapag pareho yung dreams nyo, parang yung focus mo kasi na andun lang eh. And then you don't want to break that dream with your partner kasi you're doing it together. That's very important. It's like every year, I just want to share this very quick. All right. Every year, what we do is we create a vision board together.
Nice.
So every year, aside from our individual vision boards, meron kaming vision board for the family. And then we dream together. So it's like activating your mind before the end of the year. Next year, this is what's going to happen.
Yep.
So nakikita mo na siya. Nakikita mo na yung gusto mong gawin, nakikita mo na yung gagawin mo, yung mga resources na kailangan mo. So, dun sa question mo, parang wala na siyang space eh.
Yep.
There will always be temptations, yes. But if you have a clear, you're intentional, you have your purpose and you have your priorities, nag-iiba yung direction ng utak mo.
I believe that maganda yung that's very nice to have a vision board na together. It's like creating a future and nandun siya eh, 'di ba?
Yes.
So I cannot I
Exactly.
cannot do anything that will jeopardize that future. 'Di ba?
Exactly. Totoo. And the good thing about this activity is, before we start the vision board, nagre-reflect muna kami with the things that happened the previous year. So it's like a reflection na yung mga bad and good things that happened, it bonds us together eh. Na, oh my gosh, nga no? Grabe itong time na to. Ito yung pinakamahirap na part ng year. Grabe, ito yung pinakamasayang part ng year natin. And then it a lot of realizations and learnings about the previous year. So
Yep.
every time we keep on doing that, it makes our bond stronger.
Yep.
So nawawalan ako ng space for the noise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Parang
that's my
you're
answer.
dreaming, and then not dreaming, you're planning, tapos you reflect end of the year, what did we do? But yung ibang plans natin, then you refine, and then gawa tayong ulit bago. Now it's a refined that will make sure na hanggang sa maging 100% na nagagawa nyo na lahat ng nakasulat dun sa vision board na yun.
And then yun, if every time nagiging habang tumitibay yung bond nyo, lalong nawawalan ng space yung noise for the temptation. That's how I define it. Of course, we define things differently, but for me, that's how I do things.
Saka wala ka ng oras.
Exactly.
Wala na
Yung
oras
priorities mo, diba? Sabi ko sa'yo,
ubus na yung oras mo eh.
like, lumabas si roster. Connectado yun sa question mo, lumabas si roster. I know my priorities. So, how will I fit that in? And I know, so, sige, given na, sabihin natin na, hindi ako ganito.
Okay.
And then, I will give in to the temptation. Rod, that's gonna eat up my time.
Yeah.
And I don't have peace. And I don't like that. I don't want to have a life without peace. Distracted. And then, alam mo naman yung ginagawa mo is walang pupuntahan. I don't want to live a life like that.
Pointless eh, kasi hindi mo rin namang gustong asawahin yung taong yun.
Kung single ka, sige go
Kung
ahead.
single, pwede.
And just like what I told you during those times, parang I already know the feeling.
Been there, done that na eh, no? Been there, done that. Kaya, tingin ko yung that's something that a lot of people can learn from kung gusto nilang maiwasan yung buhay ng, that eventually they will regret in the end if they give in to that temptation eh.
Right.
Sayang eh, kasi wala na. tapos na. Tapos nasa dapit hapon ka na ng buhay mo, tapos na. Di ba?
Totoo.
And then you're
So
by
if
yourself.
you're young, make the most out of it.
Yeah. Make the most out of it and then magpakasawa ka.
Uh,
And then, but once you decide to get married, yun na yun. You need to commit. Kasi with you demonstrated your ability to commit, eh, 'di ba? Yung aviation kahit hindi na siya kamahal-mahal, 'di ba? Nagstay ka sa kanya eh. 'Di ba?
Pero nung binalikan ako ng company, tumawa naman ako.
Umo nung tinawagan ka ng ex,
Doon na sa
mo,
part.
'di
Pero
ba?
aviation pa rin eh.
Aviation pa rin, 'di ba? Your commitment to aviation, you can apply it as well in terms of relationships so that kasi aviation pwedeng tao rin yun eh, 'di ba? Kasi there are other opportunities.
Yeah.
Attractive opportunities na may bigger pay. I don't know, especially for you, you're an engineer, 'di ba? So but you need to focus, you need to you already committed yourself.
Right, that's right.
And if you know it's worth it, kasi worth it eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Kasi worth it naman eh. Pwede mo antayin. Worth it naman eh.
Of course.
'Di ba? So,
Yeah.
find someone that's worth it. Siguro. Worth it, worth the commitment that you're gonna. That's my
But
advice to myself.
But the thing is, you wouldn't know unless you go out there and
And get to know the person as well. Very well.
exactly. Yeah.
'Di ba?
Trial and error.
Kap, thank you so much. It's been
You're
it's been a pleasure. This is one of those this opportunity to talk to people like yourself is one of those one of the things that I'm grateful for.
Thank
Na binuksan ng aviation for me na kung di ako piloto hindi kita makausap. 'Di ba? So thank you so much. Thank you for your generosity with your time.
Salamat din. Thank you.
And I hope I don't know, it's a shot in the dark pero it's a moonshot. I hope to get to meet you in person.
Well, we're planning to go to Vancouver this year.
This year? We'll see. Yeah, let me know ahead of time.
Yeah,
and,
I'll keep in touch.
I'll see you guys there.
Oh, why not?
Diba?
Who
I'll
knows?
introduce you sa mga piloto natin, Filipino pilots na
Do you
based
fly
in
to Vancouver?
me.
Uh-huh.
Hindi, magbabayad na ako ng commercial. Pero kasi murang may cheap fare.
Okay.
Kaya
So,
feasible naman.
why not? Let's
Saka
see.
maraming Filipino pilots based in Vancouver. So
Oh,
that'll
nice.
be nice.
I would love to meet them.
That will be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Cap, thank you so much.
Maraming salamat din, Ray.
Thank you so much.
It's a
And,
pleasure to be here. with you.
Awesome. So ulitin.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Ingat dyan. Ingat. Bye-bye.